Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Piggyskin Picks, where I pick the winners and losers of the upcoming NFL week. And last week, in week number 13, 8 out of 16 of the pick'ems, a mere 500. So let's just move on to week number 14 and hope we can start off well with tonight's action. Thursday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys will be taking on the Chicago Bears. Them boys will be taking on the Bears. And I believe the Bears will win this game in Soldier Field. And it has a lot to do with the fact that the Dallas Cowboys have been looking really uninspired the last few weeks. You have Coach Clapp on the sideline just being awful. The defense for the Dallas Cowboys have been laughable. And really the efforts of Dak has been admirable, but they haven't really been going anywhere with it. And Chicago got a couple of games in under their belts and hoping that they can ride some momentum. And, I mean, if you're just telling me, hey, who are you going to take? Jason Garrett or Matt Nagy? I'm taking Matt Nagy 10 times out of 10. Okay? So, Jerry Jones is going to be a sour grape after this game, win or lose. But being a degenerate, putting some money on the Chicago Bears +3, parlayed that with the under at 43. Yeah, I'm hoping Jerry Jones gets a sour batch of wine, fucking grapes and wine all up in his fucking mouth. So, win that game, Bears. Now, the next game on Sunday, the Carolina Panthers will be taking on the Atlanta Falcons after firing head coach Ron Rivera. And I believe the Panthers will win this game in Atlanta. Now, here's the thing that you have to take into context, too. Atlanta has an abysmal home record. They are fucking terrible at home. I've actually been there in Atlanta to watch that team shit the bed. And, yeah, with my Seahawks. So, with the Carolina Panthers, I think they get a little bit of juice injected into them because of the firing of Ron Rivera. I mean, 8 years as a head coach, just one Super Bowl appearance. It's really meh all throughout his tenure, in my opinion. And when you let go of a guy like that, squad may play with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Like, oh, shit, he's gone. And people are going to count us out. Let's show them what's up. And the Falcons are just an unmitigated disaster. They're going to probably end the season, some garbage fucking number like 7-9, not even making it to the top fucking 5 or 10 draft picks. They fucked themselves over by trying to be competitive with Matt Ryan. You guys are fucking morons. I hope you fucking choke. Oh, wait, you already do choke. Consistently. Almost every single fucking year of your existence. So, kudos to you, Atlanta. Kudos to you. Now, let's move on to the next game. The Baltimore Ravens will be taking on the Buffalo Bills. And I think in a very close game, a very slugfest kind of game, the Baltimore Ravens come out of this with the win. And of course, the national media is going to be riding the Lamar Jackson dick all the way into the playoffs. And funny enough, even with the loss, the Bills can still get to the playoffs. They are more or less solidified in that wild card spot, unless something disastrous happens over the next few weeks and they lose every single fucking game. But bar from that, I think the Bills will show out and prove themselves to be pretty decent, but ultimately I think the Baltimore Ravens with Justin Tucker and Lamar Jackson will probably get the win. Now, let's move on to the next game. The Cincinnati Bengals will take on the Cleveland Browns. I believe the Cleveland Browns will win this game, but good fucking God, you still got Freddie Kitchens. He is awful. I hope you let him go at the offseason. This dude is a fucking disaster. He's a nightmare piece of shit. And the Browns will never play up to their potential with Freddie Kitchens as a head coach. And why the Cincinnati Bengals brought back Andy Dalton, I will never fucking understand. But they're probably going to make this game as competitive as can be. But I believe the Browns, with the talent on board, probably wins this game outright. Now, the Washington Deadskins will be taking on the Green Bay Packers. Packers, next. Denver Broncos will be taking on the Houston Texans, and I think the Texans win this. Despite Drew Lock showing some promise, I think the Texans have found some momentum. They found some, groove, and they'll probably show out in NRG Stadium again. Back-to-back home games. Last week they beat the Patriots in their own home. So wouldn't be surprised if Denver gets an ass whooping in Texas. And Houston, baby! But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So the Detroit Lions will be taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and I believe the Vikings will beat the fuck out of the Detroit Lions. What are you good for, Lions? Like, what? Why are you even playing this season? This has been just a car crash of a season again. And you can blame the referees, certainly, you can. But Stafford being injured and him just being a bang average quarterback just never helped the cause. And Minnesota is looking to bounce back after getting dick punched last week against my Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Football. But of course, Kirk Cousins is going to look good against a very bad team, and everyone's going to get on his dick, but it's Derp Cousins. I don't really trust him to do anything in the near future. Even if he gets to the playoffs, he'll probably show his derpy self, and Minnesota fans will probably scream for Case Keenum. That's how sad things are going to be in Minnesota real soon. And I know I sound like a hater, but Derp Cousins is Derp Cousins. And Zimmer is... I gotta tell you, there are times where I feel Zimmer is overrated as hell, and he has proven it consistently. But against a bad team, yeah, they're gonna get stat pads and they're gonna get good numbers, but I won't be all that surprised. Now, moving on to the next game, the San Francisco 49ers will be taking on the New Orleans Saints in NOLA. I'm picking the Saints. Something about the 49ers don't look all that great. I don't think they look decent at all. You know, through these last few weeks, especially after losing to Seattle, I always felt, oh man, they're not the greatest. Like, I can't believe these fucking 49ers fuckboys are hyping these guys up. Like, they're not all that great. I mean, yeah, you might have that record, but there are so many question marks moving forward with that team that I think the Saints, being the more complete version, will trounce the 49ers in NOLA. Now, let's move on to the next game. The Miami Dolphins taking on the Jets. Oh my fucking God. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins, and what a fucking disastrous season for the Jets. Just, you know, Jets fans get all sensitive and shit when people call them the butt fumble, but what other fucking name do we have to designate you? You have lost to some awful teams. You are the only team in NFL history to lose to 0-7 teams. Twice. Once to, what was it? The fucking, oh God, what was it? The Dolphins? They lost to the Dolphins already once. And then they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. They lost an 0-11 Cincinnati Bengals team. So you fucking tell me if that doesn't garner the name butt fumble. All right. As for the Miami Dolphins, they've been utter failures. Fucking up their tank. And I know people want to suck off Brian Flores, like, oh, he's a great coach. Dude, you barely showed up the last 5 weeks of work. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear any of that shit from the Miami Dolphins. Absolute trash teams in this game. And if there's a way to tie, I'm pretty sure they would tie it, but just an absolutely ugly matchup. Now, the next game is a bit of a, if it's a person, it'd be like a 5 out of 10 person, right? The Indianapolis Colts taking on Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts. I don't really trust the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. They have an abysmal home record overall. And Bruce Arians, no matter how much black magic he does, Jameis Winston is still Jameis Winston. And yeah, Jacoby Brissett might not be that guy, but something about Indy might snap them back. Facing a kind of dog shit team will probably get you some wins. So I feel the Colts will get a win here. Now, the Chargers will be taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And yeah, I'm picking the Jaguars. How many fucking new ways are you going to find to fail, Chargers? Like, how many new fucking ways? How many new innovative ways are you going to find to fail? Like, it's unbelievable. It's marvelous that you're failing so well. Good job, Chargers. Good fucking job. You brought back Derwin James. Who gives a shit? Jacksonville brought back Gardner Minshew, the porn star. He's going to fuck you raw. No condoms. STD style. So, there you have it, Chargers. Homeless fucks. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going with the upset here. I am picking the Cardinals. Something about the Pittsburgh Steelers, despite their win against the Cleveland Browns last week at Heinz Field, I'm not buying it. I'm just not. Something about playing a third-string quarterback who just feels meh seems like not a great solution to win ball games. Whereas Kyler Murray has been doing really well as a rookie. I mean, even as a division rival, I'm saying, like, damn, this kid's looking good. And I think behind those Arizona fans and, you know, the history with these two teams, you know, facing in the Super Bowl a couple years back, there's going to be a lot of aggression in that building, and Arizona just might ride that wave and get a win there. So let's move on to the next game. The Kansas City Chiefs will be flying over to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to win this outright. And the reason why I say that is because the way Kansas City's defense has been looking so abysmal as of late. Even in wins, I just never feel like they look all that great. Yeah, you got a great blowout win against the Oakland Raiders. What the fuck do you want, a cookie? Like, overall in the season, it hasn't been all that spectacular. And last year's MVP, Patrick Mahomes, still great, but not to that level. So I'm taking a realistic stance and thinking, okay, cool. Tom Brady last week still threw for over 300 fucking yards. I mean, he was playing great. Could have almost had a fucking win if their special team guy gets the onside kick. If the onside kick doesn't go out of bound, Tom Brady probably wins that game, mowing down the field, you know, down 22-28. We've seen that plenty of times before, and somehow, some way, in Foxborough, I think the Patriots are going to win. Whether it's defense or offense, special teams, you know, Bill Belichick's son, Steve, just in the sideline. Ugh. Patriots got magic in Foxborough, so picking the Patriots. Now, the Tennessee Titans will be taking on the Oakland Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to win this game outright. I know the Titans have been looking really good, but the Raiders haven't been home for nearly a month. And that squad of fans just desperate to not have these Raiders, you know, leave with bad taste in their mouths. I think the fans are going to get really behind the Oakland Raiders and propel them to a win. Probably a close game, you know, 2-3 point margin, but I see Oakland coming out with the win here. Now, the Sunday night football game matchup, of course, boys and girls. Your Seattle Seahawks will be taking on the LA Ramalots. I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks. You know, call it cocky, call it whatever, call it homer, fuck you. The Seattle Seahawks have been on the rise. We are on top of the NFC West, and somehow, some way, the Rams have fooled themselves into thinking they're a decent team, but yeah, no, you guys are shit. You beat the fuck out of the Cardinals, but so the fuck what? Everyone can do that. Why don't you fucking go to your home stadium, which isn't even a home stadium, by the way. The Coliseum is a neutral field. Okay, that shit is a neutral fucking field. And you're probably going to have a lot of Seahawks fans there, traveling to LA, not a far distance wherever you live on the West Coast, right, relatively speaking. And I see the Seahawks just marginally winning, but still getting the win. And we have an MVP caliber quarterback, and our defense is finally stepping up big. And as long as our offense doesn't make boneheaded mistakes, I feel this is a touchdown win. Like a one-possession win by the Seattle Seahawks. So, go Hawks. Now, Monday Night Football, bit of a dull affair. The return of Eli Manning as the New York Football Giants take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, my God. I think the Eagles come out of this with the win. But, oh my God, this NFC East is such a dog shit division. Like, imagine this. If the Cowboys lose today and the Eagles win on Monday Night Football, your two division leaders technically are 6 and 7. Yeah, that is an ugly ass division. So, Philly, you got to get your shit together. You lost to Miami last week. That was horrendous. I couldn't believe they fucking lost to Miami. And I know that fucking, the fucking kicker, the punter to kicker touchdown, what was it? Some shit like that. You let that shit happen on you? You let a trick play like that happen on you, Philly? You better be pissed. You better be ready to go on Monday Night Football. Prime time. Fuck Eli up. But goddamn, it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week in week number 14. And here are the picks again, starting from the top. Chicago Bears, the Carolina Panthers, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Green Bay Packers, Houston Texans, Minnesota Vikings, New Orleans Saints, Miami Dolphins, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Arizona Cardinals, New England Patriots, Oakland Raiders, your Seattle Seahawks, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So, boys and girls, that does it for me here on Piggyskin Picks. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. Now, fuck off.